Hello? Question mark? Why is audio captured?
Hello.
There it goes.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I think I need to
Hello.
turn up
Oh.
pancakes slightly
Whoa.
for me to hear it. I do. It's like at like 8%. Let's put it at like 22%. That should be
We
fine.
did start the fire.
Okay. There we go.
Now I've got Kiss from Rose.
Are we good?
Stuck in mad.
OBS? Alright, anyways, welcome all to the game again. It seems like we have rotating players every week because people have lives. And how dare they have lives. And children and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm just sad because we're missing people. But we are back, and last we left off, you guys had just fought some shrubs, some living shrubs. A couple of you got swallowed.
Yeah.
And then you guys dispatched them quite quickly. And I think you guys were about to take a long rest, if I don't remember right, or remember correctly from last time, because it was getting later in the evening of your travels.
I don't remember.
Yes, I still have spell slots that need to be refilled, so yes.
Okay. So basically, like a quick little what's it called? Wrap up from last time. You guys threw me for a loop because I had prepped the Unseelie court, because that's where you guys said you were going. Got just to the boundary of the Unseelie lands, right at the mountain range. Said, "Oh, fuck that plan. We're gonna go talk to the Unseelie court." And then you had, because you had run into a Unseelie patrol on the border, they kind of gave you some information about the conflict that is brewing between the two, Seelie and Unseelie. Basically, the Unseelie think that the Seelie are spreading rumors to stoke a conflict with the Unseelie, and the Seelie say that Unseelie forces had crossed the border and attacked them, so then that's how this conflict all kicked off.
Yep.
Upon hearing that information, you decided to come to the Unseelie court, and I don't remember why you guys decided to do this, but you decided to do this. So they gave you a tentative location, roughly.
Literally a coin flip.
Oh, that's right. It was a coin flip. That's right. I forgot. But you all recrossed the river and headed. I'll actually move us to the map, and I can show you roughly about where you are. Where is said map? We are here. So, you all. I'll just do some drawing. Popped out here. Came up here, met Galmus. Came all the way the fuck over here, met Zarek. He gave you his demands as to go get me the Unseelie crown because they cast me out. And he has your friend Lilith. And then so you came back over here. Galmus was gone. You said, okay, we'll just go up this way and cross this river and come over here to this little crossing area to go into the Seelie lands. Met the Unseelie patrol. Said, okay, fuck that. And now you came across this way, across the river, and now you are roughly about, we'll say, where Swindle Lips, whatever his name was, right here.
Swindle something.
Swindle something. That's roughly about as far as you've made it. And you were heading to the Unseelie court.
Window Ford Long Lips.
That's, yep.
I didn't even write his name.
I did.
It was a curious one, I gotta say that. But you have finished the we're just okay, that's a dick. Go ahead and get rid of all of this. Don't worry about it.
You got rid of my star.
This tree looks like a dick, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that one.
Those have been sitting there for so long.
Yeah, I know. We're just gonna ignore them and just clean up some of these tokens. There we are. Okay, so you all bed down for the night in these kind of it's a pine wood forest, They are very tall trees, very tall looming trees. Most of the underbrush is cleared away and kind of dying, if not dead already, because of the permanent fall slash winter that holds its grip on this area. And bedding down for the night, it does kind of feel like the forest begins to encroach on you and kind of close in, and you kind of get a little claustrophobic throughout the night. But you all wake up the next day with nothing eventful happening.
Woo.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Oh, goodness.
I
Christ.
slept pretty good.
And I need whoever would like to lead today's adventure to roll me a d20.
Well, because I wasn't here last week.
I was about to say,
Sure.
Yeah.
D2. Or a 2, honestly.
A D2?
2.
Okay.
isn't that just a coin?
It is. Alright, so you all pick up camp and make your way northward. Traveling throughout the day, it is fairly cold and chilly, and you periodically throughout the day, you get the sense that someone is watching you throughout this entire travel through the forest. And you all kind of stop, peer around. You can't quite find anything, but that feeling never really goes away. And about halfway through the day, about midday, you all begin to hear the baying of hounds. Good lord, stop! Please!
No, wait, don't take it away. I want to see.
You
Rip.
begin to hear the baying of hounds off in the distance. Kind of, from the sounds of it, they picked up the scent of something and are giving chase.
Does it sound like they're giving chase to us?
They are off in a northeastern direction, is from the sounds of it. So it is hard to tell what direction they are going in. You just hear them, and you know that sound means they've picked something up and they're going. You just don't know where yet.
I mean, after the last experience, we kind of understand that they picked up something
Mm-hmm.
from last time, because they did that too when we were like down here. Oops.
Down
I
here.
forgot. Oh yeah, down there.
Yeah.
And when we were down here too, they kind of
So you were
almost picked up a scent.
when you
somewhere
guys
when
were
we were-
just at the edge. You had seen
Yeah.
them. You had seen them, but they were just kind of moving. I don't think the hounds had picked anything up. They were just like moving along their patrol lines. And then when you guys were here, they did in fact pick you guys' up. You guys' scent up, just because it was new and different than what they were used to. But what are you all doing?
You think that's anything we should be concerned about?
I'm not sure. Does it sound like the same dogs that the patrol was using, or like
Roll a nature check.
feral? Yeah. Oh hell yeah. 22.
Woo.
It is not. It sounds similar. It's not the same dogs, but it doesn't sound like a pack of feral dogs have picked something up and are chasing it. That's more of a howling. This is more of a It's a
Communication.
It's a baying. Yeah, it's like a domesticated dog that is used for hunting, picking something up versus a pack of wild dogs.
Well, I don't think we'll be attacked from feral, if that's any consolation. Might just be another patrol. Not sure if they're gonna be in danger or not.
Do we remember the name of the captain that we
Nope.
saw from the last patrol?
Call
Did
him
we even-
Nicholas.
Nicholas?
Sure.
Carter, I have on here, but
Was
Nicholas,
it Carter?
sure.
Was it Carter?
Yeah, that's
Okay. We'll
that's
go with
what
Carter.
I have written down here.
It was off the cuff. I don't remember what his name was.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yes, he did give you his name. I just didn't remember what it was. But are you all just continuing on then?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we want to
Unless-
go towards the sound?
I mean, probably would be smarter because then they could, make sure we're going in the right direction. Though I don't think it really matters as long as we move north.
Okay. Um.
We'll just head that way. See if we run into them.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
So you all pick up and head towards the sounds of the dogs? Question mark.
Yes,
Si,
Okay.
senor.
sure.
Head towards the sounds of the dogs that you had heard, in hopes of running into them. And after a couple hours of travel, you don't find them, but you do. It sounds like you're getting closer because you can continuously hear the dogs bang more and more as they lose it, pick it up, lose it, pick it up, whatever it's chasing or whatever they're chasing. They are getting closer to you. After about an hour, 2 hours of travel, you eventually kind of lose track because it's been about 30 minutes since you've heard the dogs bay. And so you kind of lose a sense of where they might be at. And then you hear someone in the trees above you. Actually, what's everyone's passive perception? Fuck, I don't have my dice.
17.
Okay.
13.
14.
Jesus. Hold on.
17. I see everything. I'm very wise. Just kidding, I'm not.
I'm probably smoking too much shit because it's 13.
I always do this. I always start, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need dice to do this shit.
I'm somewhere. I'm between the both of them. I'm 14. Gillian's 13. You're 17. I'm just like smack dab in the middle going.
Okay. Eltonath. So, you guys are traveling, looking around, and you're like, okay, where the fuck, what direction are they moving? Trying to figure it out. And then Eltonath, you notice someone off to your right, who has also noticed you, but is now trying to be stealthy. But not as stealthy as he needs to be to get past you with your high-ass passive perception. He has a crossbow in his hand, and you two kind of turn and lock eyes with each other, and he freezes, and kind of slinks behind a tree, and stands there.
I will pull out my scimitars
Mm-hmm.
slowly. Show yourself
Okay.
or face my wrath.
All right.
I'm gonna slowly start walking that way.
Okay. A teenager, roughly about 16, 17.
With a shirt off.
He does not have his shirt off. He is in kind of like a hunting attire with like a thick padded leather chest plate with a crossbow in his hand, kind of some padded pants. Looks to be out here either with a hunting party and got separated or kind of just out here on his own. You don't know which yet. But he kind of comes back from behind the tree and he goes, I don't mean any harm. I just well, I've never seen anybody, and I kind of noticed you guys, and I didn't know if you'd noticed me, so I was gonna try to watch you guys for a bit and see what you're doing.
It's not very smart to sneak up on strangers.
Well, you're kind of in our area, so like, technically I have jurisdiction here.
I mean,
I'm
He
just gonna, like-
does look similar. Sorry to cut you off. He does look similar
You're fine.
to the Unseelie that you had ran into yesterday with the captain and stuff. Kind of that fair, bluer tinted complexion. If fall had a color, that would be his complexion.
I feel like fall would be more orange or tan. Winter is blue.
Fine, winter. We'll do winter then, Jen.
Okay. Am I right or am I right?
You're
You're
right.
right.
You're right.
You're right.
Fall is the color of caramel.
But
Okay.
yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
I will like just kind of tilt my scimitars like I'm looking at them. I'm obviously trying to like flash them.
Uh-huh.
Be like, You sure about that?
Okay. At this point, 4 more people emerge from the trees. And they're kind of like they weren't sneaking or hiding there. They had, but were chasing after and or trying to find said person that you ran into. And you,
Oh.
kind of an older gentleman, like in his mid 30s, 40s. Um, kind of, they all step out, and he's the one leading this group of 4 individuals. And he notices the kid at first, and he kind of calls out to him. He's like, um, kind of upset. He's like, "God damn it, where?" And then he notices you guys, and he stops and he goes, "All right, now, let's just lower our weapons and we'll talk about this. I don't know what's going on here, but we mean you no harm, so long as you mean us no harm."
I'll put one of the scimitars away, but keep one out and just lower my arm to my waist.
Okay.
This youth here thought it would be a good idea to sneak up on us. Not a wise choice. We're merely visitors passing through.
Yeah. He walks up behind the 16-year-old and kind of smacks him in the back of the head, and he goes, "Yeah, well, Sonny boy here ain't so goddamn bright." And he kind of looks at him and goes, "Put your fucking crossbow away." And he goes, "My name is Calvin. I am in charge of these gentlemen here." And he kind of motions behind him and to the kid standing next to him, and he goes, "I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask this. What are you doing here?"
We're looking to have an audience with the Unseelie court about a situation.
Well, all right then. Lucky you ran into us and not something else. We are kind of a perimeter security for a hunting party that is out currently. So
Yeah.
I will, in fact, escort you all back to our city that I forgot to fucking
Fantastic.
name. So you don't have unfortunate luck and run into the main group. Excuse me.
Yeah, we heard the dogs and started coming towards the sound in case something had gone wrong, trying to help.
Well, God damn it. Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you.
Monsters make me burp. Well, I suppose
Is that
we
all
should
they
get
do?
on our way. Well, if you don't mind following me, and please, mister, you're awfully big. I don't think you need the scimitar to fight us. If you don't mind putting it away, we'll all stow our weapons as well.
I'll slowly put it back in its sheath behind my back.
Okay. All right. And they all, because they all have like bows and crossbows. They have like a couple of them have swords on their hips, but most of them have like bows and crossbows. And they all kind of unstring their bow or put it on their back, or kind of like sling their crossbow over their shoulder. And he goes, "All right, well, let's start heading north." And he kind of rounds everybody up, and they all kind of spread out and fan out and start moving off to the north.
Woo.
On the road again.
I'm gonna start singing,
Okay.
banging my gong to a little beat.
All right.
On the road
Boy,
again.
you are a lively bunch, I do have to say. Again, wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask these questions. But how haps may you have found yourself in, well, this neck of the woods?
Well, we had a friend that got, guess you could say kidnapped, removed from our group,
All
snatched.
right.
snatched from
That's
our
weird.
realm and brought to here.
Huh. Well, that is a predicament. And so I should, I guess, describe who you guys are talking to. Like I said, he's mid 30s, early 40s, somewhere around in there. He's got a short, kempt beard, kind of salt and pepperish in there. Shaved sides of his head, but like a neat comb over on the top, kind of like a fade into a comb over. And he looks very fit for his age. He's got a little bit of a what?
Nothing.
Okay. He's very fit. He looks like he spends most of his time out doing things like manual labor and stuff. But he's well kept. He's well fed. And he is, in fact, the color of fall, Jen. Kind of a tanner, orangey color. Kind of a very cool orange color. And he goes, well, that is unfortunate and rather odd to hear. So I take it you guys came here to find said individual?
No, we know where he is.
Just
We yeah. There
did we decide what we were actually gonna talk to these people about?
Said that was, I don't know. I don't remember.
this Unseelie court?
This is the Unseelie,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, we were basically just trying to come to get help from them
Mm-hmm.
or see if they would help or if they would help join us with the Sealy court
Okay.
to take down the archfey that is Zarek.
Okay. So either request aid or see if they would parlay with the Sealy to kind of
That-
combine efforts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the goal, I think.
Okay.
Because an archfey against level 7s, I feel like is
Yeah.
a bit
No.
dicey.
A little bit.
Too big, questionable.
All right. So you know where your friend is.
Yeah, we know where our friend is, where she's being kept, by who. The who wants us to do something that we're not too on par with. So we're trying to see if we can figure out a different solution.
All right. And as you kind of say that, he whistles, and everyone, because they are all fanned out, kind of like in a big line wedge pattern, walking through the trees, kind of like keeping space and stuff like that, and watching around. And as he whistles, they all kind of stop, and some begin to lean against a tree. One of them pulls out like a piece of wood and begins whittling on it, and he turns to look at you all, and he goes, now, once again, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't do this, but I'm going to leave you all folk. You seem kind, but I'm going to leave you with a warning. We have some rules that we abide by. Everyone is treated as friend until they prove otherwise. So, when we get to town, you will be greeted and you will be treated as one of us until one of you does something untowardly or anything of the such to prove otherwise. Now, you said your individual that stole your friend said he wanted you to do something. I don't remember the word you used, to be honest with you.
untoward.
Untoward.
Said he wanted you to do something untoward to get your friend back. I don't know what that is. That's none of my business. But I must warn you, do not do that unless you absolutely mean it. Because there will be consequences to your actions.
I mean, the goal is to not do that thing.
Very well. My job is complete. I think you all are nice folk. I gave you the warning. I gave you the rundown of the rules. And he kind of whistles again, and they all begin to keep walking forward.
I'm gonna
We're
druid
trying to
craft.
sidestep
really-
that.
Yeah, we're trying to sidestep.
Okay.
I'm gonna druid craft him a flower and then give it to him and be like, "Thank you, sir."
Well, I appreciate
Put it in his little hair.
I appreciate that. Wife will find it nice. And he turns around and grabs his son by the back of the neck, or the kid, which is you can guess is his son by this point. Grabs him by the back of the neck, and he kind of pulls him in. And what you see over the next like 30 minutes is essentially just a lecture between a parent and a child that did something retarded.
If the boy looks back at me, I want to wink at him.
Okay. That does happen because the dad kind of moves forward, and then they're having this conversation, and he kind of like looks over his shoulder and motions behind him towards you because you are the largest, bulkiest in the group. I think you and Killian are the same height, but you have a much heavier frame than Killian does. And he motions towards you, and the kid kind of like sheepishly looks at you.
We're just here with, two halflings, two giant people.
It is a
like
very
one
diverse
fairly
group.
normal,
A
one fairly
tiefling.
normal
Yeah,
person.
tiefling. So you have a tiefling, a Goliath, a Furbolg, and 2 halflings. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Just all over the height range. But as you
We're
kind of like
fairly
wink at
rounded
him,
out.
he kind of like looks down and blushes a little bit, and the dad kind of puts him forward, and they keep walking. But after about another roughly 45 minutes of travel, after all the conversing was done, you do begin to hear the sounds of life in the forest that isn't like birds or anything like that. And you hear him kind of call out in like a weird whistle cadence, almost animal-like, like a bird chirping. And then you hear a response, and he goes, "All right, let's go." And they all kind of converge on you all, not like encircling you, but kind of just grouping back up with the rest of you. And you begin to see people in the trees, and you begin to see like little outposts built into some of the trees, and ground ones, like you see some trenches and tunnels where people are like opening hatches and popping up out of to greet you all, and stare at the newcomers that have appeared in their lands. But walking through all of these little encampments and outposts prior to getting into the city, I will show you the city layout.
Woohoo! Ooh, purdy.
Ooh,
You
fall.
guys are entering from here, roughly. Somewhere
Where?
down south, down at the bottom of the map.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere like right in here. You guys are coming in from this way. I'll just do black because it's easier to see that way. And he brings you to the edge of the trees, and he kind of stops just at the edge of the clearing before you get into the town. And he turns to look at the rest of the men around you, and he goes, "Well, see y'all tomorrow. We made it back. Go say hi to your families for me. We'll head out tomorrow and continue." And they all kind of nod and kind of split off and go about their business and whatever they want to do. And he turns to look at you all, and he goes, "Well, if you head towards the center of the village, you'll find a couple large buildings. One's a really long one. The other one's more of an L shape. The L shape is where the king holds meetings. He is currently not here. I didn't want to tell you because, again, I wouldn't be doing my job if I did. The king is currently out hunting, which is why I said, luckily you didn't run into his party because they would have just killed you. But when he returns, you should be able to get an audience with him. And I say should, depends on the mood he's in. But the town is yours to enjoy. All right. Hello, everybody.
What?
I don't know. We got people in chat.
Do we?
We do.
Oh my god, hello.
Hello, everybody. But he looks at you all and he goes, "The town is yours to enjoy. There's some inns if you need some rooms. Some also food and water there. lost my train of thought. Anyways, like I said, don't do anything untowards, and nothing will happen to you. You'll be welcome as guests. But if you will excuse me, I have some business at home to attend to. And he grabs his kid again by the back of the neck and starts pushing him towards, like, off towards into the town. What are you all doing?
I want to use Mage Hand to pinch the kid's butt. No, not pinch, like good game, like coach.
Oh, like a little tap. All right. And he, as you do that, he kind of like jumps forward, and the dad looks at him like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And they keep on walking.
Nice.
What is happening?
I don't know. I'm looking at this chat so confused.
So
All right, that's weird.
King's not here, so where do we go?
Explore?
Yeah, I
Is
was
there
about to
a
say we could.
second in command, or do we just wait till he gets back?
Essentially, you can go get some rooms if you want, get some food in you.
Get a good home cooked
Yeah,
meal.
get some food in you. You can go and see if you could actually, like, to where he said, to see if there's a process to meet with the king or whatever you want to do. Basically, the town is open to you.
Do we hear music coming from anywhere?
No. Excuse me. The town is lively, though. God damn it, sorry. The town is lively. There are all sorts, actually, around. There's centaurs, goblins, bugbears, like a multitude of Unseelie, which are very easy to point out because they're very elven features. Some are like bluer, cooler skin. Some are the autumn, fall kind of vibe. A healthy mix of the two. But there is mostly every race you can think of, minus like tieflings and humans and like dwarves.
Are there other Goliaths?
Currently, as you are looking around, no, there are none.
Are there furbolgs?
There are a couple furbolgs, sorry, that you see. If you move kind of further into the town, there are some shopping areas with some shops set up, kind of like around some of the houses, just kind of set up right outside. Like right outside, like they open their door, turn right, and set up like a stand right outside their house.
Cool.
I
Well,
want to find a nice pub.
Nice pub. Okay. That is easy to do. Asking around, they kind of all point you off to the left side over here. This kind of like taller building right here would be where most of the inn/food/drinks are at.
well, might as well start making our way.
I was gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, I want to find a good pub so I can go play some music and entertain.
Okay. Easy enough to do. I don't have a map for it, so we're just going to use our imaginations. Hold on, sorry. What? Okay, this is... Alright, chat's just being weird today.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't have a map for it, so you can use your imagination. But it is a rather lively tavern for being the middle of the day. There are a couple people in there, some eating, some drinking. There's a couple card games going on, maybe some dice games going on. But there is currently no music, so the floor is open.
That's disappointing.
Play that music. Play that funky music.
Is there someone that looks to be in charge?
There are two bartenders behind the bar, and that's really all that's there. There's a couple like servers and bussers kind of like cleaning up some dishes, cleaning the table, stuff like that. But in fact, one of them behind the bar is another Goliath.
I'm gonna beeline, whichever line it is, to the other Goliath.
Okay. He is kind of standing behind the bar, cleaning some glasses, serving another customer, and he kind of looks up and goes, "Well, you're a sight for sore eyes around here. I don't normally get more of my stature in here. What can I do for you?"
Before we continue, I'm sorry for interrupting. You might want to put up, I guess, maybe either everyone or
Do I need to turn
jack
everybody
yourself
up?
up a little bit because I put my iPad on full volume and it wasn't very loud.
Okay. I will turn filters. Let's turn the gain down to that. Close. How is that? If you guys talk, can you guys hear now? Is that any better?
Mic check one,
We keep
2.
talking.
Check 2. Mic check. Checking the volume of the microphones.
Is that any better, Lazo?
Are we too loud or too quiet?
It was too quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna go into Discord then and turn everybody up.
Like Ryan sounds fine. I think it might just be.
Is it me?
No, I think it might be
Just Frank?
Yeah, just Frank.
Is it?
That's probably a little too low.
Oh, is it me then?
Probably because I don't know. Ryan just now was perfectly fine.
Yeah, because I turned the gain down on OBS. I turned the filter down, the gain filter. Filters. Yeah. I'll turn mine down as well to roughly about that. All right. Yeah. Let me know if that's any better. If that's any better for the audio, and I can do some more adjusting, because I turned everybody up in Discord, and I turned the gain filters like down, so they're less gain.
Okie dokie.
Less feedback.
What was I saying? Oh yeah,
Goliath.
What can I do for you?
Well, we're passing through, and I noticed I didn't hear any music coming from this area. Do you all not like music?
Well, to be honest with you, most of our musicians kind of got conscripted. I shouldn't say conscripted. They volunteered, but they are now busy doing soldier work than playing music. So we are sorely lacking in that department for the time being.
Ha! How ironic. Well, we're here for a while. I look at my companions for confirmation. Yes.
Yep.
We're here for a while, so I can do some entertaining. A little bit of song, a little bit of dance, maybe some magic tricks.
All right. Well, the floor is yours. Whatever you feel like doing. I don't really have to say in it. But, like I said, the floor is yours.
All right. I will make my way to the floor or stage or whatever and do some playing of music.
All right.
And
7'7" Goliath is playing music right now.
Yeah, it's a very large
Yes.
individual.
And he's dressed very flamboyantly. His name is Elton for a reason. Play some Crocodile Rock type song.
Okay. Go ahead and roll my performance check then. Let's see how this goes.
Got this.
Oh, I didn't say I was a good bard.
Not terrible. You're a little rusty. You guys have been traveling for a while.
Maybe I just need some more water.
Going on recently, because the timeline of events that has happened recently for y'all is like very insane, because you went from the Silver Isles fighting Isaac to the giant battle with Isaac, then you went back, kind of had like a 2-day decompress time for everything to get sorted out. The queen left. What's her name took over. You guys took off towards the main continent to find some libraries, and then jumped into the Feywild, all within like a week. It's been like 7 to 8, 9 days. So
I will also say the only the only musical instrument I was trying to play at that point was my shield as a war gong, playing Crocodile Rock. So sensing the lack of impressiveness in the room, I'm gonna put that away and I'm gonna pull out my maracas and I'm gonna do the Chick Chicka Boom song from The Mask.
okay.
Something similar to that.
Yeah. Which with the 10, it wasn't like it was unimpressive. They've heard better music, but like they were like, okay, this newcomer's kind of got something going on. It's odd that he's only playing on a shield, but you know, like whatever, maybe. Some people were like vibing to it. They're like, well, it's got some rhythm to it, you know. Go ahead and roll me another one for the
Chicka boom.
the shika shika boom boom.
You got it.
16.
Right,
That was better.
That one's better. And they're all like, okay, well, you know, it's something. We'll accept it. And they're drinking, and then you're like, okay, well, they weren't feeling that, so you put it away and you get the maracas out. And they're like, oh, maybe. And they all kind of like turn in their seats. Some of the games stop. They put their cards down and they start listening. Some people kind of start to, you know, tap their foot, kind of get into the music.
I'm gonna make my way through the room, not staying on the stage, just doing the chick chicka boom. in front of people.
What are the rest of you doing while this show is getting put on?
I feel like Neela's totally dancing in the corner. Just
Oh, okay, you're just smoking.
I'm just posted up in a corner, people watching, and just puffing on my little pipe.
All right. Oh, excuse me, Jesus Christ.
Is there anybody that stands out to me that's like
So, here's
shady or spicy?
Not shady. Well, roll me. I'm gonna let you choose. Either insight to kind of gauge everyone in the crowd individually, because it's very easy to like pick people out, watch them for a bit, and then move on. So insight or perception, your choice.
Well, they're the same, so I guess insight. 15.
Not necessarily. Most of the people in here are kind of just down to earth. This
regular
is
schmegular.
Yeah, regular schmegular. They go do their job. They come to this tavern to have a drink. This is very much a working city, a salt of the earth city. It's like you're like in the Midwest, but like not the bad kind of the Bible Belt part.
I've been to the Bible Belt.
I have too. I've been to
lived
the
in
good
the
parts
Bible
and the
Belt.
bad parts. Yeah, most of these people are farmers, ranchers, you know, like manual labor type people, and they're all just kind of here to have a good time.
Okay.
Now, anybody that stands out, like, it's weird because in this area, you're not used to the diversity that is here, because most of the cities you've been in so far have been like a predominant of like the dwarves, the humans, the halflings, like the dwarves, humans, halflings, some tieflings, not really many dragonborn, no elves because they're all secluded, stuff like that.
More
even
of the
furbolgs were kind of like a rare commodity.
Okay.
Here, there is just an amalgamation of everyone. Everyone is
This
here.
place is cool.
Yeah, like it is just a mashup of all sorts of races and cultures in this area. Like there's some centaurs in here that are kind of like off in the corner on their own little bed platform, laying down, drinking, and like enjoying themselves. But yeah, that's pretty much what you see as Eltanath begins to dance through the crowd with his maracas and just get the crowd moving.
Are we starting a conga line?
We can if people are in it. Start trying to get people up. I'm gonna try and convince them to conga.
Let's see.
Persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion. that was the one I was thinking of. Persuasion.
18.
I was gonna say.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say roll with advantage, maybe because I was hoping.
Well, I was gonna say yeah, sure. Roll with advantage. Let's see if you crit.
Crit.
As they're asking a lot.
Leave me alone, Jen. Leave me the fuck alone. I saw your,
22,
I saw
22.
your message. Even closer. Okay. Also, Jen, I saw your message in Discord. Fuck you. Um, yeah, so with that, you kind of begin to shake through, and you notice, like, a lady who's maybe had just a tidbit too many drinks, and is like, she's got, like, a very fruity, colorful drink, and it's got, like, a little umbrella, and she's got a straw. She's kind of, like, on her chair, kind of, like, hugging it to her chest, and you kind of, like, walk over with your maracas, and you put your hand out, and she's like, oh. And you start a conga line.
Woo! Oh, yeah. Chick, chicka boom, chick, chicka boom.
Sick.
So, while all of this is playing out,
Just having a party in the Feywild.
what are you all doing? Because it's about midday, early afternoonish. So like, it's like a fucking happy hour on a Friday in here, pretty much. So like, you can all have a drink, have a good time. What are you doing after all of this is said and done, and like moving forward with the day?
Were we told when the king was coming back?
You were not told when. You were told he was out on a hunting trip. He would be
He's been
back
home in a few days.
today. Not a few days, but he would be back today. You just didn't know when.
I would go up to the bar and probably get us a room
Mhm.
just for the night.
Okay.
Room big enough for the three of us.
Okay. Sorry, I'm watching. Jen is insulting me in chat again.
The YouTube chat?
No, it's
Oh.
Discord chat.
Never mind.
Yeah. All right, sorry. But a room is easy enough to do, like 5 silver for everybody. Most of their income comes from like food, drink, stuff like that. So they have rooms here on the off chance that they get newcomers, which is very few and far between. And most of the time they spend like a night or two, and then they decide that they don't want to leave, so they get a house here.
No.
But yes, they have a couple rooms. They have like 3 rooms, which are easy enough to split between everybody. 5-6 silver for a lot of them for the night. I tell you what.
Are you covering that, or do you want me to give you some coin?
Oh, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Eltonath as well. Once the conga line is done and everyone is kind of like tired themselves out from it, you get a couple people coming over up to you, and they are like opening up coin purses and trying to give you some sort of tip for the performance that you just put on.
Oh, that's not necessary. I do it for the love of the performance.
Roll a d20.
Okay. La la la.
Totally the love of the performance.
Okay.
19.
So you get 8 gold pieces and 9 gold pieces, sorry, and 10 silver pieces from people that just like, they're the ones that won't take no for an answer, and they like grab your hand and put the money in it and then like leave afterwards, so you just like can't give it back to them.
Oh, thanks. Was not expecting that.
However, we're gonna go to break because I have to use the bathroom.
Break time.
And you guys can decide
Break.
what you are doing with the rest of your day today and tomorrow, possibly.
I'm just letting y'all know I'm gonna go hit on the bartender. So.
Do it.
All right. We will be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Bye. PvP live again. Hello, everybody. We were talking
We're
about
back.
Broken Bones. Anyways, did you guys figure out what you want to do for the rest of the day in
I
said
want to hit on the
Unseelie
bartender.
City? Oh, yes, that's right. You do. Okay. That was a mighty fine performance you put on there. You're awfully talented with those instruments.
Talented with a lot of things.
Oh?
A wink.
All right. Hey, I'm assuming it's the other Goliath?
Yes, does he
Okay.
seem interested?
Yeah, he winks back.
You work all night?
Well, this is my place, so, yeah, I work till closing, but, I live upstairs.
I believe we're staying here as well.
Well, stick around.
Maybe
Might not
catch up with you after.
Yeah, the night might get interesting.
Indeed. All right, I think we're gonna have a look around town, and I'll see you later.
All right. All right, you stay safe out there.
I'll give him the gun fingers.
He just chuckles and goes back to doing what he was doing behind the bar.
Okay. And I'll follow the others to wherever we're going.
Okay.
Look later.
At least we won't have to give up our room.
Yeah.
God
damn.
lives upstairs, Elton can just.
Oh, lo and behold, he's got a whole separate closet full of bed frames because they get broken.
Damn. He fucks nasty.
Anyways.
All right,
The right
then.
Where
We're gonna be hearing something.
going to?
Fuck.
Listen, I had to one-up you from the comment. That one got me. I had to guess and it. We had to get it out there.
Where are we going?
To where the king is supposed to be.
Okay.
The king with the crown. He is the crown. Sorry, I watched Miss Congeniality last night, so
Be the crown.
I haven't seen that movie.
you
before.
are the crown.
But yes, the information we were given was the center of town. There's a couple larger buildings. There's a long kind of curved one, and then there's an L-shaped one. He said the L-shaped one was where the king held meetings and stuff like that. It is in fact that building right there. Did I move your guys' tokens? I didn't move your guys' tokens. Maybe I should do that. Do you guys want your tokens
okay.
on this map?
I mean, if you don't have like whatever, sure.
Where were you? Oh, this one?
We're going to this one.
Copy.
No, this one.
Sorry. Oh,
This
that
the one we're
L-shaped.
going to.
Yeah, you're going there.
Ah,
Woo!
There you are. But yeah, making your way through the town, the city.
Making my way.
It's bustling. It's bustling
it's
down.
bussin'.
Every day we're bustling.
Oh my Christ. Carts going everywhere. Soldiers moving about the city, kind of enjoying their lives. It is a rather pleasant place to be, but also there is an air of edginess to. I can't quite think of the word there. Everyone seems to be slightly on edge more as you're kind of like moving through this. It is a very different vibe than what you got from the tavern. Everyone just seems to be tense, and like the city, this town, city, whatever you want to call it, doesn't seem like it should have that vibe to it, but it inevitably does. Moving through the city, and there are businesses.
Tense because of us, or tense in general?
Actually, no. You guys have had a fairly warm welcome from everybody in the city. Most people greet you, ask you how you're doing, see if you need anything. Some shop owners kind of like try to sell you some goods, try to, move product. Your guys' welcome to the city has been very welcoming compared to anywhere else you've been in your life. but most people, especially when soldiers are around, they kind of not tense because of the soldiers, but they kind of look at the soldiers and are tense because what those soldiers represent that is happening currently with the whole conflict and all that fun stuff.
The whole almost war thing that's happening.
Yes. But that's kind of the vibe that you're getting moving through the city. And then eventually you make your way to the building, and it is very easy to find that one because it is taller, larger, you know, it covers more square ground than all of the rest of the ones that you've been in around. And there is a front door. There are no guards outside, but there's a kind of double front, like large double front door to go into. Right on like this side, kind of like in the middle of the courtyard L shape. Yeah, kind of right where Killian is, on that wall. Yep.
So, do we think there's no guards here because he's not here yet, or they just don't need them here?
Might not be here yet. He might still be out hunting. We've only been here for a couple hours.
It's been about 2 hours so far. Get rooms, get some food, get some drink, have fun, throw a little conga line.
Get laid.
Yep.
Set up some lay later, some strange. It's such a bad term. I don't like it either. But yeah.
My guess is he won't be here until late in the evening or after dark.
Well, we could always find out.
Not after dark.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
under dark.
I might be a little busy later. Just
I
gonna
mean,
let
yeah.
y'all know.
I kind of figured it looked like you were doing a
Setting
little
something up.
magic.
Not often I meet another Goliath. Especially out in this random place.
What do I roll to figure out if I understood what was happening with that situation?
There is no need to roll. The sexual tension was fucking palpable.
I could feel it from my corner.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we open the doors and go into
Going
the palace type of thing.
All right,
Into the hole
so
of
you
holes.
go in. There is a desk, kind of a secretary-esque type lady sitting at the front, and she kind of greets you all coming in. Oh, hello, welcome. There's some soldiers moving about inside, most wearing like kind of sturdier leather padded armor, some shields, swords, bows, crossbows, stuff like that. They all see you, greet you, but that's about as much mind as they pay you upon entering this place. There's some other, like there are some more people at the front desk, kind of like from the curt conversation that you got from them there. Complaining about some crop stuff, some business stuff, stuff like that most people would bring to a clergy for the city, basically, pretty much. What are y'all doing?
said
Who's
there's
gonna
a-
do the talking?
I can try.
Okay.
You said there's a secretary?
There is. She's currently talking with like 3 other individuals. One is an Unseelie fae. The other 2 are a bugbear couple. Kind of there. The bugbear couple basically are complaining about bugs and wild animals kind of destroying some of their crops that they needed. Either a permit to hunt or, you know, something out there to deal with the animals that's destroying their crops. And then the Unseelie fae that's next to them is basically trying to get a business license so he can run a fruit stand at his house. And that's pretty much the extent of their conversation. She goes, yes, well, once the king is back, I will see about getting you guys your hunting license. Or a permit at least to deal with the animals, but he is currently not here, so I'm sorry. And you, sir, there's paperwork, and she points off to like a bookshelf, kind of behind him to the left. And she goes, yeah, there's paperwork over there. Take it home, fill it out, bring it back tomorrow, and I will get the process started to get your business license. No worries. There's no opening fee. Just need the paperwork, so we have it on file. And she goes, okay, all right, okay, go on. Yes, how may I help you? Spit it out,
We
dear. I
want
know.
to.
Let's
We want to
go.
see the. We
Yeah,
want to see the
we
king.
we would like an audience with the king.
Okay, well, as I said, he is not here.
Uh,
He will be
yeah,
back shortly. Hold on. He'll be back today. What is your business, so I can at least write up a docket and give it to him beforehand?
we have a situation at hand, and we
Okay.
With an
need
archfey.
Ah,
we we need
okay.
some help.
I see. Yeah, that is definitely a matter for him. I tell you what, he should be back any minute. I just need to write up this docket to give it to him. And she kind of points off to be your right, her left. There's another
Stage
set of
left.
double doors, and she goes, "You can proceed through there and wait in there. And once the king is here, he will come in, and you guys can have your audience with him. Like I said,
Alright.
I'll give him what information you gave me. Is there any pressing details that need to be other than what you've given me?"
Life depends on it.
A life, yeah, does depend on it.
Okay. All right. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you can go ahead and go on in. Once he's here, the whole thing will go, and you'll see. And she kind of like motions for two of the guards that are kind of like lazily sitting behind her, kind of having a conversation. She's like, "Hey, come on, come on." And they kind of come up and he's like, "All right, let's go." And they kind of begin to not usher you, but like kind of walk with you towards the doors.
Woohoo!
Y'all get a lot of outside visitors here.
Well, yeah, not really. It is kind of rare that we get some outsiders, but they're not. I mean, they are uncommon. That is the very definition of rare. But you know, we don't turn them away. We like people. We're pretty welcoming people.
Y'all
Yeah.
seem like it. I like it here.
You guys are the first ones, new people we've had in town, and well, shit. What am I? 305.
Oh Lord, I'm.
I think the last new people we had, I was 120.
Oh wow.
Fall is
Whoa.
my favorite season.
He looks like he's 22.
Jesus Christ. An elf.
He is an Unseelie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of the
Whoa.
guards are Unseelie, by the way.
Mm.
Yep. And they kind of like open the double doors. Like, all right, well, on you go. Once the kings are here, we'll bring him in.
All right.
And then you guys get into the. I'll move you to the meeting hall chambers. Yep.
Ew.
Oh, wow.
So let's
Fancy pantsy. And we're not even in the fancy pantsy place.
hide. Cool. So I meant to do. This is a rather large room. I got the sizing wrong on some of the props from the map, and I just didn't feel like redoing it this morning. So this is a rather large room. Oh goodness. Oh, sorry. But it's got stone floors, wooden walls. There are two windows here. Oh, that's not one. There's a window here and a window here. Behind the what appears to be a throne. There are four more individual, all Unseelie, and they all appear to be late 50s, early 60s, sitting in these chairs back here. There is a lady off to your right behind a desk with some parchment laid out and an ink and quill, and she kind of looks like she's there to be a scribe for whatever meetings are held so that they can be reviewed later. There's a guard immediately off to your right with some bookshelves. There's a wall off to your left that kind of like goes around the corner, which you can see. And then this guy approaches you. He comes up to you. And he goes, well, I assume you're here to meet with the king once he gets back. And
Right.
he's kind of a gruffer. Hold on.
Holding.
Was it- Did I hear that from you? The big dong.
That was mine. I
Yeah,
don't know-
that
I don't know what that was.
Did someone
definitely heard
back
that.
into something, or
Either somebody backed into something, or that was a very large, loud speaker. Because my parking lot is right on the other side of my window, so I can hear everything.
Yeah.
So it's either a very loud speaker or someone hit something, but there was no follow-up noise. So
Do you need to go look?
no.
You sure?
My truck's under covered parking. They
Oh,
can't get to my truck. So if they hit something, it has nothing to do with me.
Okay.
Plus, I figured if it was bad, I'd have heard screaming and shit. So. They go,
Or an oh shit.
Yeah, that. It also didn't sound like a car crash either, so I'm assuming it was a speaker or somebody upstairs because I have upstairs neighbors. Just
Or your puppy maybe knocking something over?
No, she's in her kennel right in front of me asleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, the guard. Unseelie, kind of that autumn fall skin color. Matter of fact, it is the same individual that you ran into in the forest. We'll just call it whatever his name was that I gave you, Calvin.
You said Calvin earlier.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin.
Calvin. Well, I see you all made it.
Oh, a friendly face.
Oh, yeah. How is the city treating you?
Well, and I'll look over to Eltonath.
Altonau's got a date.
All right, guys. Let's
Found
not
some
brag.
friends, did we?
I mean, we're in town. I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm not gonna give anything to anybody that they don't give to me.
Well, we are here to invite newcomers. We are very welcome and open. But, like I said, I got a job to do. I'm going to run you through the greeting and intro for the king once he gets here. Like I said, basically, I didn't say anything, so I don't know why I said like I said, but it's been a day. Tell you what, it has been a day. I got a lot on my mind. But when the king gets here, we're going to move you off to the side, make way for the king. As he's walking up to the throne, just give a curt little bow, and he kind of imitates it, and he basically kind of like he doesn't do anything flourishing with his arms. That kind of just at his side, but he kind of gives like a little, like a half bow, not completely at a 90 degree, but like just low enough that his head's lowered, but like not all the way bent over. And he goes, and once the king passes, you may stand up. And then everyone stands up. Once he sits in his chair, if you have a seat, you may take it. But you guys don't have to worry about that because there's no chairs for you. When addressing him, Your Highness will be fine. He kind of is a little... He's not really a big stickler on it, but we like to respect him because he does a lot for us. So please address him as Your Highness. He may tell you to address him by his name, but again, I ask you just address him by Your Highness because we like to pay him respect for all that he has done for us. That's pretty much it. Any questions?
Nope, sounds pretty par for the course for a royal court.
All right.
This is the second royalty we've met, technically.
Well, third for me, but that's cool.
Oh.
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying not to burp into the mic or cough.
Bless you.
I might have
Or,
to-
you could just do it.
This is true. There we go. All right, allergies have been kicking back up because it's raining again and it's about to hit fall. About this time, after the kind of instruction and small talk is out of the way, you do hear the doors, not behind you, but like in the first room that you came in, like the main entrance doors kind of like get thrown open. And you do hear some like bustle behind you, and he goes, sir, and you hear the secretary say, I've got some dockets for you. You do have a meeting waiting for you in the chambers. And she hands him the docket, and you hear a voice, I'm lagging.
Same.
We good now? Am I good now?
You're
I
good.
think
Good.
You're
we're
good for me.
Okay.
It was lagging for a second for me too. That was weird.
Yeah. You hear an unfamiliar voice start to talk, and he goes, "Oh, thank you, thank you. I'll read it once I get in there." And he, thank you. I'm gonna try to wrap this up quick. It's been a long day. Why don't you go home, Sharon? Go home for the day. And she goes, "Oh, thank you, sir." And at this point, Calvin in front of you, and he goes, "Oh, see, it appears he's here." And he kind of like ushers you, "Come on over to the side. Come on over. Let's get out of his way." And he moves you all over not against the wall, but like kind of out of the way of the door. There we go. And let me move to this layer.
Make way for Prince Ali.
And you see layers, token layer. There we go. I'm sorry he doesn't have color. I used a different I used Eldritch Foundry instead of Heroes Forge. And here Eldritch Foundry doesn't have a coloring option for paints. So he's just an unpainted mini.
He's just a white elf. It's okay.
I like the way their minis look versus Hero Forge. They look a little more serious versus Hero Forges look a little more
cartoony.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. But here, I'll move him and blow him up so you may all see him.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
Why is he so opaque? Is he opaque for you guys?
What do you mean? I can, like, see through?
No, he's not transparent.
Okay, because I can, like, kind of see through him for some reason.
No.
Maybe on your end because you're the DM.
Maybe details. That is weird.
Because we don't see what you see.
This is true. Alright, well, anyways, if you guys can see him, he's a very handsome individual.
Yeah, he is.
He is extremely handsome, which is also why I went with Eldritch Foundry, because I wanted him to kind of be enigmatic. Enigmatic? Is that the word?
Yes.
I don't know how to say it. Yeah, enigmatic. But two soldiers come in before him, and they have swords drawn, not like up and like ready or anything, but their swords drawn like in their hand, shields in their left arm, kind of like marching in front of him, and they kind of like open the doors for him and like look in the room and kind of like walk in, and then they part as the king walks in past them, and he is wearing padded leather armor up front, but like very ornate, nice padded leather armor. He's got a shoulder piece and a greave on his it'd be his left arm with a shield in his right arm. And he's kind of like armored basically from head to toe minus a helmet. Very long hair. He is in fact a winter cool wintry color Unseelie. So that bluer, kind of lighter blue skin. And he looks like he could be anywhere from 35 to 65. Very smooth complexion, very like chiseled features, but he's kind of one of those timeless people that you don't really know how old he is. And he moves past everybody up to and kind of like stops in front of his chair and turns around, and he greets all of the people that are sitting back there, like individually, kind of greets them all, shakes their hand, says hello, hi, how you doing, thanks, glad you all make it for today, sorry I'm late, and all that fun stuff. And then he looks at the scribe and she's like, oh, all good. She kind of like stands up and says, oh, good sir, ready to go. And he turns around and the guards kind of like move off to the left or right hand side and kind of begin bullshitting with this other guy back here. And Calvin, he looks and he goes, all right, well, come on, let's go get you introduced. Calvin kind of moves off to the side and motions for you guys to all step forward.
Boop, 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 boop. I don't know how close is too close.
About right there, that's fine. I think Eltonath is trying to draw.
I wasn't trying to, but that's all that was happening, and I was like, why is this
Pushing
happening?
the wrong button.
No!
You've got to go to the void.
No! Hold
no,
on.
he's
It's so
dead.
dark.
He's dead.
Undo.
You went into the void.
I accidentally, here, get out of the way. trying to delete your drawings, and I deleted you. All right. Yeah. But you all go up and bow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put the bow.
And he greets you, and he goes, "Well, welcome to my court." And he's still standing, by the way. And everyone else around him, I know their minis aren't standing, but everyone else around him is also standing. And at this point, upon moving closer, you can see off to your left is a massive, like table with a huge map on it with what appears to be the Fey realm, the island that the Fey realm exists on. And he goes, I don't have a Jen. What's a name? Give me a name.
Carl.
What are these symbols by the thingies that look like
You
windows?
can do Carlisle.
What do you mean?
I can click on something and it looks like a window.
Oh, that's because I put Windows in, so you could probably click on it and open it because they have an open and close filter or option now on Windows in Roll20.
One is locked and one is open.
Yeah, so if you try to go out the locked one, it won't let you.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like a wall.
Nope, this one's. Wait. Oh.
Yep.
I'm gone.
Oh no.
No, I'm not gone. I don't know. Can I?
Can you get back?
No, I don't think so. wait.
Anyway.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, yeah. So that's a new feature that Roll20 added.
Cool. Sorry, distractions.
What did you say? Give me a different name, not Carl.
Carlisle.
Carlisle is better.
Philip.
No, there's been too many King Philips. There's like fucking 17 of them.
Peter Pan. No, I'm kidding.
I am Carlisle. You can just call me Carl for short, or Lyle, one of the two. But I had a chance to. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't read your docket. I just grabbed it and came on in here. I figured I'd get the source or whatever it was from the source. And by this point, he kind of sits back in his chair and he kind of sets the shield off, like, and leans up against his chair, and he takes his sword off his hip and he puts it down. He's like, God damn, I hate wearing this armor. It's so clunky and gets everywhere. And he kind of like undoes the strap that's holding his shoulder piece on and knocks it off to the side, takes his fucking greave off, and he kind of undoes two of the side straps and like
Man is done with armor.
like lets the armor kind of flop. He doesn't take it off, but it's like flopping in front of him and like kind of so he can breathe more. He goes, oh God. And he leans back in his chair. He's like, that's better. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Introduce yourselves.
Well, Your Majesty, I'm Killian.
I'm Neela.
I am Eltonoth Andreaga, Deathbringer.
That is a name, I have to say. Welcome to the Unseelie court. Welcome to the Unseelie lands. And welcome to the Fey realm. You don't, none of you appear to be from the Fey, so as the Unseelie king, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. As you have already seen, we are not from here. We actually came here because one of ours got I guess you could say kidnapped by a certain archfey
That you might know of.
And he kind of like leans up against his like armrest and kind of like pinches the bridge of his nose. He's like, ah.
Our apologies for giving you this terrible news.
So it has to deal with Zarek, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir. I've been hearing that you are spread thin, but we were wondering if you might be able to help us.
Well, unfortunately, yes, we are pretty spread thin. What is it that you want me to do? per se.
Well,
I think Jen is frozen.
oh yeah, Jen, you are
Absolutely
frozen.
frozen. Did we lose Jen?
Oh no, Jen.
She did say it was storming there. It was gonna storm there, so she might have lost intranet.
Oh
Could have
no.
flipped
I
for
guess
a
we'll find
second.
out in a minute
Yep.
if she disappears.
She did message in the Discord. Let me see. Storming, no power. Yep, she lost power.
Oh,
Oh
well,
no.
we lost the Elton. We lost the person who could talk, by the way.
That is okay, because we'll probably end here shortly, because we've been going for almost about 2 hours. So we kind of let you guys. Oh,
Oh,
there she
there we
goes.
go.
There she goes.
Yep.
There she
Bye,
goes.
Jen.
Let me
There
turn
she
on
goes again.
studio mode so I can go and mess with the cameras. Actually, I don't even need to turn studio mode on to do this, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. So yes, what is it that I can do for you while I'm messing with these cameras?
We were hoping for you to either help us or
Work with the Unseelie to help us, both of you guys together. I don't know if
that
that's
is
possible.
an option we had thought of. Was
Well,
going to the Unseelie ourselves to see if we can talk to them and we can set up a what you call it, some sort of meeting
Truce?
on the border for a truce. Yeah,
To help
just
us get rid of this guy so that we can get our friend back.
because also with that we've been hearing that magic's been kind of weird since Zarek's been fucking around doing fuck all. Sorry, pardon my French or my
Tiefling?
my tiefling, my infernal, if you will.
well, it seems that you have sorry, hold on. Now I have to transition.
Oh, you're Gucci.
There we go. Okay, so I have the studio mode's kind of weird, where you can edit things on one side, but they don't see what you're editing, and then you have to. Anyways, it seems that you've been privy to some information that isn't technically a secret, but isn't technically public knowledge. I'm going to have a talk with some of my captains. And he kind of glances over at Calvin.
To be fair, we kind of buttered them up, and
I'm sure you did.
we have some very charismatic.
Charismatic?
I mean,
Yes,
wait,
sir.
did it technically come from the captains, or did we hear it from our, was it turtle friend who had some knowledge from being here for a little bit?
There's been a bunch of people that have talked about it.
Lots of loose lips everywhere.
Lots of loose lips everywhere. Oh no. Sorry, I'm doing some fine tweaking.
I wasn't sure if that was the case because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, there's been some loose lips pretty much all over the place. Calvin said shit. The other guy that you met
Said some shit.
Said some shit. Like there's been loose lips pretty much all over the place.
Loose.
But having said what you said, I'm assuming you know we are not technically in open conflict with the Unseelie, but it is looking that way.
I mean,
I am open to parley, because I don't technically feel like having a conflict with the Unseelie. It's been, well, thousands of years since we've had conflict with each other. And, to be honest with you, I don't particularly like Zarek, but we've never had the means to dispose of him or drive him out, and, well, the Unseelie do, so he's stuck here with us. So, it is unfortunate to hear what happened to your friend, and I am sorry for that. If you can get the Unseelie to agree to anything, I am all ears. Because they are putting the blame of this conflict, or looming conflict, on us. And, well, to be honest with you, We didn't do fuck all. Excuse my infernal. I like that. I'm using that from now on.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
using
kind
that.
of
I'm using
funny.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. So, strangers, it appears that you found yourself in the middle of our conflict.
It does seem that way.
I can inscript you, but I don't know whether I trust you fully yet or not, since you are newcomers to pretty much the Fey realm. Should you prove trustworthy or otherwise, I think I will think twice about conscripting you into speaking on our behalf. But for now, and he motions for Calvin to step forward, he goes,
You're going robot now.
oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nope, we're
Oh.
good.
Ooh, whoa.
All right, am I back?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Hammer had a moment there too. It even went off.
Yeah, my OBS dropped frames. Discord was all fucky wucky. My internet does that thing where it likes to surge on not working for a second. Oh,
Yep. Hello.
Heyo.
did we gain
Excuse
somebody
me.
back?
It looks like a Jen.
I can
Question
hear
mark?
you, but
Yep.
I am on my hotspot, so there's no
Oh, no
camera.
video? Oh, damn it. Now I have to redo the cameras,
Yeah, I'm on my
Jen.
robot. Sorry. I can't help it. It's Norman big time freezing.
Studio mode.
Oh, now
Fucking-
Pancake
Mother
has
Nature
its
just be
own.
mothering.
Yeah.
Yep. She
Mother
pissed.
Nature be mothering. Okay. Fucking. Does somebody want to catch her up on what I said while I'm fixing cameras again?
They can help us, but they kind of are like on the fence about trusting us. They don't want a war with the Unseelie, so they're down for a truce, but we got to convince the Unseelie. That's basically it, I think.
But you know, they
Okay.
Pretty much all that
the
happened.
Sealy also thinks it's their fault. So
But we kind of knew that.
yeah.
Why don't they like each other? Did they specify? Do we know that?
I don't think they specified.
Somebody said something. One of them said something. I think last game where they believe we crossed borders and ruined something on the other side.
So we're gonna call it Galmus. We're gonna say Galmus said this because I don't remember who
Yeah.
said it, but somebody said it. Basically, the Unseelie. Now bear with me because this is gonna get confusing. The Unseelie thought that the Unseelie had crossed the border and began attacking Sealie troops.
There you go.
The Unseelie did not do that, and now think that excuse me, the Sealie are starting rumors to have an open conflict again with the Unseelie.
My metal D20 is so cold.
Do you
Or my
think
D100.
these rumors might have started due to Zarek causing mayhem, attacking Unseelie as Unseelie disguised or some sort? I don't really know per
Cameras are
se
good now.
what type of powers or abilities he might have.
As an archway, who knows? I'm starting to pick up that accent.
You better not, because it's mine,
hard.
bro.
It's hard not to do.
Yeah, it is. It's very because it's easy to slip into.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
I
it
mean,
is a
I'm
nice
from the,
accent.
the
Same.
southern accent.
Also,
It's my Matthew
like,
McConaughey-esque.
I lived in Louisiana for like 6 years and picked up an accent.
You
Not
know,
a heavy one, but an accent.
I'm picking up the twang at the end of my
did y'all,
words.
sidebar, have y'all ever watched Duck Dynasty?
Yes.
Yes.
Mountain Man mixed with Matthew McConaughey is what I'm trying to go for.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Well, Zarek, I kind of lost the King's accent because it all got mixed in with
Yep.
everyone Southern here.
Yeah.
Zarek is capable of doing that. Would he do it? Probably. He does hold a grudge with Unseelie. I don't know how much you know of Zarek, but I'll give you the rundown. He is in fact an Archfey. He is the oldest of us, minus me and the Unseelie Queen. He was cast out from the Seelie court after the split between Seelie and Unseelie. And that is the reason he holds a grudge against the Seelie court, because he was cast out and disowned by them. But it is his own fault for meddling in magic that should not have been meddled in, and he knew her well enough to know that she would frown upon the things that he was doing. But he did it anyway, and suffered the consequences. That is why he holds the grudge against her, and probably against me as well, because I did nothing to stop her. So, does he have the means of doing it? Absolutely. Does he have the will to do it? Well, that is the question, I would assume. But I have made a decision. Whether I trust you or not, like I said, is still up for debate, and that fact alone lies on you all. So I will be watching, and he motions for Calvin to come forward, and he goes, and I was told you were the one that greeted them, and I'm assuming you're the one with a little bit of loose lips, along with... Well, I'll be having a conversation with the rest of the captains, because I forgot you guys didn't tell him you met up with anybody besides Calvin. Well, you guys didn't tell him. He was told that Calvin brought you guys into town.
We didn't get the chance, technically.
Yeah, you didn't tell him anything else. So, Calvin, I'm putting you in charge of them. You will be their charge for the time being while they are in the Unseelie lands, and against my better judgment, I'm sending you as an emissary to the Seelie court.
Mm.
You alone will speak on my behalf. I will sit down for parley, because I would like to clear the air between us. Tell her I mean her no ill will, and I miss her. And with that, and he stands up, and everyone else in the room stands up, and Calvin kind of bows in front, because he did move, actually. I would say he moved kind of in front of you all to face the king, and he bows, and kind of motions for you all to do the same.
Oh, no.
And the king gets down and begins to move off over here, off screen. And he kind of goes off screen, back further into that room, and then disappears behind this wall, and you guys lose sight of him. And the other Unseelie that were sitting behind or in chairs around him kind of all get up and begin to mingle and kind of move over towards the map table and take a look and kind of talk amongst themselves. And Calvin turns around to look at you and he goes, well, it seems I find myself in the middle of it.
Sorry.
Guess we'll be companions. It's my own fault. Guess we'll be companions from here on out until we get back.
Sweet. Let's go.
We're pretty good companions, actually.
We can be what you call a hoot and a holler.
I sure hope so, because it is not a long trip, but it's not a fun trip to the Unseelie court.
Speaking of trips, we going out tomorrow morning?
Absolutely. I'm not telling my wife that I got sent on this mission and then immediately leave. That'd be a dick move of me.
Correct.
You'd end up dead.
I got an appointment tonight, so I cannot go till tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Loverboy over here.
All right. That's unnecessary.
Well, I suppose I will meet you all outside here tomorrow morning. We can set off for the Seelie.
Sounds good.
All right. And I tell you what, that's where we're going to end it.
Woo!
Eltonath may go off and have his debaucherous night. Many loud sounds can be heard at the end of the hall, because that is where he lives. So.
We definitely broke a bed.
Absolutely, multiple bed frames were broken. I'll move you all back to
Yeah.
the town so you may all see. Many bed frames were broken that night. Many drinks were had.
Many things were lost.
And we will pick up the next morning upon your first day of travel with Calvin on your way to the Unseelie court. Thank you all for watching, because it has been about 2 hours since we started. A little under, but close to. And I'm hungry, though. I am hungry. So I need to go eat. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
It's been fun. We're getting story and lore.
We're getting there. Woo.
Yeah.
Find out next time on whatever the fuck this show is called.
Oh,
We
God,
still don't have a name.
You have yet
It's
to
fine.
name your group.
It's fine.
Anyways, thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time.